Luke chapter 12, beginning with the 13th verse. Luke chapter 12, beginning with the 13th verse. Luke chapter 12, beginning of verse number 13.
Amen.
And it reads like this. And one of the company said unto him, Master, speak to my brother that he divide inheritance with me. And he said unto him, Man, who made me a judge or a divider over you? And he said unto them, Take heed, and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth. And he spake a parable unto them, saying, The ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentiful. And he thought within himself, saying, What shall I do? Because I have no room where to bestow my fruits. And he said, This will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater. And there will I bestow all my fruits and goods. And I will say to my soul, Soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But God said unto him, Thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then who shall those things be which thou hast provided? So is he that layeth up treasures for himself, and is not rich towards God. Look at the person beside you and say, Neighbor, don't play the fool. That's what we're going to talk about on today.
All right, Apostle.
Don't play the fool. Don't play the fool. How many remember back in the day that there was a song that said, Don't play the fool? Because whether or not we realize it, it's so easy for us as humans to be fooled by circumstances, situations, or people. But it's about time that we stop playing the fool. Don't worry about what she's doing back there. Listen to God. Let her take care of that. You listen to what the Lord has to say. That's how the devil gonna get you. God don't like nosy people. Amen. He told you in the word, don't be all meddling in other folks' business. Ain't none of your business back there. You ain't the preacher. Amen. That preacher hound there. You listen to God. God's speaking now, so pay attention to what God says. He just told you don't play the fool. You just got it. Just got in trouble. Playing the fool. See how easy it is to get caught up in that kind of stuff? And see, the problem with us is we don't think the little things will keep us out of heaven. Oh yeah, we know the fornication and the adultery, the malice, and all that stuff. But it's the little foxes that tear up the grapevine. Eat the big ones. It's some little bitty ones that go in there and nibble at the vine and kill the grapevine. So it's the little issues that you got that's going to keep you out of the kingdom of heaven. Don't play the fool. God's people has been played with food love long enough. The devil has caused us to praise God on Sunday. And Sunday, even before the sun goes down, we're back playing with him. He has caused us to make a mockery of the house of God. And he's caused us to make a mockery out of the children of God. That's why it's so difficult to get folk to come to Christ, because those of us who have proclaimed we already there is acting like them who have not yet arrived. Did I say that right? So it makes them not to want to serve this God and this Jesus that we talk about. Because the devil is always getting us to play the fool. Shouting and testifying, speaking in tongues, teaching the word of God, but yet our lifestyle doesn't line up with what we're doing. So therefore we play the fool. We're on this board. We're on that board. We're a member of this organization in the house of God. This is not a club meeting. That's right. It's not like you're on a club and you got a position in a club. No, you got a position in the house of God.
Amen.
So because you have a position in the house of God, you should want to represent your position to the best of your ability.
Amen.
But look, the devil always get those who are in position. Always wind up playing the fool.
Amen.
Slipping here, dipping there. I'm going to dip the scripture in a minute. I'm going to talk to us right now. Doing things that we know that God is not pleased with. I ain't preaching just you. I'm talking to me too.
All right.
Because I don't care how saved you are. I don't care how anointed you are. If the devil ever kept you off God, he'll make a fool out of you.
All right.
And the truth be told, all of us in here today have fallen in that category one way or another.
Amen.
Huh? How did he get you to play the fool? Instead of paying your tithe, you paid the lotto. Instead of paying your tithe, you went and bought another weed.
All right.
Instead of paying your tithe, you went and bought fingernails.
All right.
Huh? Instead of paying your tithe, you went and bought Junebug a carton of cigarettes.
All right.
Instead of paying your tithe, you played the fool. Instead of showing up on church every Sunday like you ought to.
Amen.
You somewhere doing something you ain't got no business.
Amen.
We've all fell in that category. One way or another. But here's your warning. Don't play the fool.
Amen.
Be not so easily entrapped by the enemy's tricks and tactics. You've been saved long enough to know how the devil works. To know who he works through. To know what the devil will do. There's nothing new under the sun. But don't play the fool. To them folk who don't love God and always persuading you not to come to the house of God because they don't like coming to church themselves.
All right.
See, those that don't have a love for God, they don't like the things of God.
All right.
So if I have not a love for God, I have not a love for the things of God, then I'm going to convince you. Yes, they do. Because I don't love doing it. One thing we learned about the enemy, he don't like to go out by himself. So he's going to find somebody to join his party. In other words, if I lay out a church a couple of Sundays, I'm going to find somebody else I can persuade.
All right.
To lay out a couple of Sundays. And we really don't understand how important it is for us to be in the house of God every Sunday. We ain't figured it out yet. Why? Because every Sunday I get to hear a fresh word. from the Lord. Because this just might be the Sunday that God opened that window of heaven and pour you, and you ain't even in place. No. Because what? You done played the fool. But I stopped by to tell you today, don't play the fool. Do not be like the brother whom we're reading about over today, whose brother had inheritance because their dad died. And this brother was so full of greed, like some of us, that he ran to Jesus and said, Jesus, tell my brother to give me some of that inheritance. And Jesus looked at him and said, wait a minute, hold up. Hold up. Now, what the Bible says, he said, man, who made me a judge or a divider over you? See, there are some things Jesus won't even deal with. Amen. There are some things Jesus won't even get into. So why are we in everything? Amen. He said, I'm not a judge or a divider over you. Jesus didn't want to deal with it. He didn't want to deal with it. He didn't want to deal with it. He didn't want to get involved in that kind of thing because that wasn't important. All right. Give me, give me, give me. Tell my brother to give me. Wow. Jesus said, beware of covetousness. For a man's life considered not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth. I'll be so glad when we realize that this life is not about a whole lot of stuff. Amen. This life is not about a whole lot of materialistic things. Amen. It's not about what you possess. That's all this brother thought about. His brother. Y'all ever been in that type of situation where you got something and somebody else wanted a part of what you got? Mm-hmm. They didn't deserve it. Mm-hmm. They just want a part of what you got. Just like this brother in our story here today. And Jesus tried to help him understand, you know, your life is more than just having abundance of stuff. He said in verse 16, he said, now this is where the parable come in about the rich man. Well, let's talk about this brother for a minute. He comes to Jesus and said, Master, speak to my brother. He divided inheritance with me. Now, if it was not his inheritance, why did he want some? Now, the Bible did not say that this cat was poor. It didn't say he didn't have nothing. But what does the Bible tell you? He wanted what his brother had. He was a covetous. Covetous means greedy. Thou shalt not covet. What does that mean? Thou shalt not want what other folk got. Right. Thou should be content with what the Lord have blessed you with. And a lot of times in the house of God, you'll find this kind of spirit lingering around. Yeah. That's why you got to be careful how you testify. You got an unexpected check in the mail, because some who have heard it is already plotting in their mind how to get some of what you just got. All right. That's right. All right. They can't wait for service to be over. They ain't heard nothing the preacher said. All they heard was you say. All right. You got an unexpected check in the mail. Now they want some of what you got. But look how Jesus dealt with this. He said, man, who made me judge and divide over you? He's like, hold up, man, take heed, beware. For covetous, for a man's life consider not. Now what did Jesus do? Did Jesus give the man what he wanted? No. What did he do? He gave him what he needed. Right. Mm-hmm. He needed to understand that being greedy